What's going on, internet? I hope y'all feeling, living, and looking as good as I am. So check this out. This video is, or this dialogue, this politicking is universal, but I'm gonna specifically speak for the youth and to the youth, because I'm sure people that's my age or majority of people walking around in society is going to hear this and it's going to go right in one ear and out the other, as they used to say back in the day, right? But for the very few who want to be the greatest version of themselves that they can while they're on the planet Earth, this is who this is for and who it should relate to. Don't compare yourself to other individuals. You know, you might see a lot of people all over the internet that maybe they appear further along in life than you, have achieved certain things, have a certain amount of money, a certain amount of education, family structure, all kinds of different things, right? Plethora. But don't compare, because everybody has to go through their own process, their own journey. Very, very, very few, I would say 0.1% of the entire population have everything together when they're born. You know what I mean? They know they're quick learners. They're able to communicate. They're able to deal with money. They're able to intermingle with other people and integrate and assimilate into all different types of environments. And they know themselves. They're self-aware, etc. That's a very, 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 very small percentage, 0.1% of the entire population. And so that's a rare thing. That means that the majority of individuals, you and I, we have to go through specific processes of evolution. And your process of evolution may not look like someone else's, may not look like your mother's, your father's, your aunties, your uncles, your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends. It doesn't matter. So don't compare. Just look yourself in the mirror. Daily evaluation and self-reflection is very critical. It's pivotal, because it allows you to stay present. And as I point out a lot in these videos, the present is where the past and the future is born, which brings forth insight. And when you have insight, that means you can utilize forethought and foresight for what you want to be and want to have in your near future. So stay present and just evaluate yourself. Don't compare. I know for myself, I had a lot of skills, a lot of talents and abilities that I was aware of at a very young age. I was very precocious as a child. I like to learn about all kinds of things. Wildlife, the planet Earth. I had a lot of questions about everything. When I saw individuals on TV, white, black, doesn't matter, I didn't look at it like it wasn't fair, because we had roaches and mice, and I had a big ass hole in the ceiling that me and my dad had to repair. Or, you know, other people that I knew had better looking homes or better looking clothes or cars or more shoes and things than me. I always was inspired, because especially when I saw somebody who looked like me, meaning a black person, I used to look at myself and say, wow, they can do that? Maybe I can have that. I want to have that one day. It motivated me. But I did have certain talents and skills and abilities that I was aware of. And for me, I was ashamed of those things. I was embarrassed, because the environments that I grew up in, you know, people will call you weird or you're different or what have you. And at that point in time, a part of my maturity, my maturation process, was I had to mature to be comfortable standing in my own shoes. And so for a little period of time when I was a young child and growing into adolescence, you know, I kind of followed the crowd. I kind of dumbed myself down to fit in with the crowd and be accepted into the crowd. And that was a mistake. But that was a part of my process, is what I'm pointing out to you. And so that, along with dealing with money, because at a young age, I came into a lot of money through me working my way up through corporate America and and establishing a lot of things at a very young age, such as mortgages and car notes and insurance and child support and all kinds of things that I was paying in my early 20s, right? So that was a part of my maturation. For some others, they might not have had that. They might have had this type of confidence. They might have had this type of financial literacy and things of this nature before I did, but they may have been weak in other areas. So I point that out to show you that everybody has their process and it's your journey. So embrace it. Don't compare. Don't self-loathe. Embrace it. Look yourself in the mirror, because that's what God hides. And embrace where you're weak and get strong. And if you do have people that you're close to, friends, true friends, and family that you can align with, then use those individuals as motivation. Use those individuals as mentors. But make sure you do it with caution, because most of your friends aren't really friends. And you might have to learn that the hard way, like I had to learn it the hard way. But losses are lessons that reveal resolutions for future successes. So I'm gone. I'm as successful and as great as I've ever been in my entire life. I am as whole as I've ever been in my entire life. I've mastered a lot of aspects about life and about myself, and I continue to do so. But this is the greatest version that I've ever been. And I'm thankful for all of the processes of the past, and I gained the insight from the present. Therefore, my future, I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom and understanding and foresight and forethought for me to excel, which is why you see me patting your politicking and building this foundation, building upon the foundation I've already fortified, which is patting your politicking that I'm taking to the next level, and we're going to let it do what it do and let it live. Do with this what you will, do with it what you feel. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. One love.